Hello. Hope you give it a like, subscribe, and a comment. A like, subscribe, and a like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you give me a breathe slow.
Bring the action.
We're back.
Holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I'm falling right in and I'm ready to go. I found what I want and I know that we're on top, so I'll tap in and I'm ready to.
Hello. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. I'm finally here. I'm here. I'm not gonna say the consistency was on point the last week or so, but trust me, I had good intentions. I wasn't just lazy. The lighting was bothering me in my videos, and I was just, we are back. Assumptions video. Assumptions. How much do we love watching the assumption videos on YouTube, because they are my favorite. The assumptions you sent in for me were, for a better word, interesting. I'm not too sure if you were taking the mic or if you actually do think these things of me. If so, we're here to clarify, because some of them were a bit, yeah. And we're gonna start, why not start with a juicy assumption. First one, you have had butt implants. I think I'm gonna take this as a compliment. No, I have not had butt implants. Nor will I ever. I've had no plastic surgery. Now, I did say in my Q&A that when I do get the all money rolling in, coming in, the Shrone will be the first thing to be removed. I hate my nose. I turn my head. I could like knock people out. Knock them clean out. It's so big. I hate it. But definitely won't get butt implants because, okay, listen to me. Hear me out. The booby bags that go into your boobs, like those plastic boobs, the fluid, whatever things, they're the same things that go in your butt. Am I not right? So what would happen if we were to sit down? Would our butts burst? I don't know about you, but I could not deal with the trauma of every time having to worry about, when I sit down, will my butt burst? So no, that's a no from me. I will not be getting the old butt implants. It would scare the crap out of me. Okay, so assumption number 2, you want a big family. This is 100% true. Do I want a big family? Oh, I have always wanted a big family, like since forever. I would love maybe 3 to 5 kids. 5 is a push. 5 had to push. The ideal scenario would be 4 and have 2 twin girls and 2 older boys. I don't know why, I've just always had that in my head. I know that's like a long shot, but I've always wanted twins, always. 2 little girl twins. And there is twins in my family, so fingers crossed. But yes, 100% want a big family. I think it's so important to always be surrounded by family. Next one, you are always honest with your friends. This is 100% true, and my friends know I actually take pride in this. If they ever want an honest opinion, be it the smallest, silliest thing to the really more important situations where they might want advice or my opinion, I'll 100% be honest with them, and I'd obviously expect the same in return. And with the close friends I have today, like, we both kind of know that even in situations where we're like cross or upset with one another, we'll say it to each other or we'll fight it out and then like laugh it off, do you know, in that kind of way. And that's what I love. It's like a sister relationship. Unfortunately, over the years there have been friends that have let me down, and then I kind of just cut as for a better word. One piece of advice I will give you is that if you do have that kind of, if a friend is always letting you down and upsetting you, to just not bother fighting and not to be talking about them, not to be going behind people's backs. Just end the friendship in your own way, in a way that you're kind of distancing yourself. The fighting isn't worth it. If you're not getting on with that person's upsetting you, that's it. Just kind of cut ties, distance yourself. That's the one thing I'll always say. And that's kind of why over the years, if people were dishonest with me, that was kind of it. Like, honesty and trust in friendships is so, so important to me. So the girls, they have always been there for me, being honest, and I can trust them with my whole heart, and that's why we're friends to this day. Girls, like, honestly, do we really think this of Chloe? You were an escort. No. No. And I'm gonna say no. Very strong no. Like, what? That would be a strong no. And no, I am not an escort. No, I have never been an escort. No, I will never be an escort. Okay, gals, you prefer a night in over a night out. Now, this is not incorrect, but it's also not correct. I don't actually think I could choose between a night in or a night out. A night in, cuddled up with a Chinese, is like, nothing compares. But a night out with my girls on the dance floor, having the absolute bop and banter. Night in, night out, 50-50, honestly could not choose between either or, so I will take both. Okay, so our next one is, you sleep in late. How did you know? How did you know? Yes, I do. I know it's so bad, I know it's so bad, but hear me out. The older we get, the less lions we will have. So I am just utilizing as much lions as I can before they are taken away from me. So really, I'm strategically thinking. But no, seriously, I know it's so bad to sleep in, but if I have content to do, or if I have work to do and things like that, I'm going to get up. If I've somewhere to go, I'm obviously up straight away early. But if I have nowhere to be and nothing to do, like, I'm going to sleep in. Because I realistically probably have stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning on Depop or online shopping, just feeding my addiction. But yeah, I will sleep in. I'm sorry. I know I should be this Fitspo that's up at 8 o'clock in the morning having her morning smoothie and going for a jog, but sorry to disappoint you girls, but that's just not Chloe. I promise I will try and get better. Now, to be fair, this morning I would usually have slept into 11 or 12 and I got up at 10. What can I say? I know that's laughable. I should be up at 8 or 9, okay? But I promise I'll work on it, okay? I promise. It's a lie, I probably will not do it, but look, at least I'm being honest with you, and that's me. Honest gal, honest gal. On to our next assumption. You don't actually like the products you promote online. Love this one. First off, would never promote a product that I do not love myself. I know that there has been issues in the past with people coming on social media and they might be advertising products that might not be good, and that obviously has affected a lot of consumer purchases, because they're like, oh my god, does this person actually love the product, or are they just being paid to say they love it? To the pit of my stomach, it would honestly make me sick if it meant that my followers went and bought a product that I told them to get because it was amazing, and if it wasn't, and then they went and spent their hard-earned money and I told them to, and then it ends up being an absolutely shocking product. I honestly would turn my stomach doing that. Never would, never could, never will. Even when you're in my DMs, you know that if you message me about a product, I'll give my whole honest opinion to you and give all my advice, my opinions, guidance, anything like that. Okay, girls, next one. You feel like people misjudge you and your personality due to being on social media. Love this one. So this was a huge issue years ago when I wasn't actually speaking on my stories, and what happened was I would have been posting loads of pictures of myself, and I suppose people kind of took it up that I was only into myself and was kind of full of shit, and like, well, I am full of shit, but you know, not that kind of full of shit. But you know what I mean, like, as in, so yeah, people didn't really weren't able to know me. All they saw were just the pictures that I posted of myself. And then the year I started talking on my stories, it just completely changed, and it was as though people were getting to see me and my personality. Like, say, here and now you're learning more and more about me, say with the assumptions and the Q&As, and even just watching the fashion hauls, that like you kind of learn my personality. And since I started talking on my Instagram, so many people will be in my DMs and saying how like they really didn't expect me to be the way I am. I don't know how to explain it. I've actually had girls coming up to me and saying, oh my god, I really thought you were so full of it, but you're actually so nice. And it's probably the most awkward situation ever, because they're like complimenting and insulting you at the same time. I really thought you were full of it, but you're so nice. You know, it's just so awkward. It's like, thank you so much. I can understand it. You know, like, I'm not going to sit here a hypocrite. I prejudge people all the time. We all do it. We're all guilty of it. But I am delighted that I came on talking on my stories, because I feel like it really just completely did a 360, and people got to kind of know me. And at least now they can actually make a fair judgment. And if they don't like me, then please like me. Next one. You have a very strong bond with your parents. This is very true. Now, don't get me wrong, we absolutely kill each other. Like, kill each other. But our bond is that we will kill each other, but we will also kill for each other. And I think that's what I love about my family. Literally, one minute we could be hating into each other, and the next minute, if we need one another, we're there, no matter what, in an instant. My parents, throughout the years, I wouldn't be the person I am today with their love, care and guidance. And I know that might sound super cringy, but literally I would not be where I am today without them. And sometimes I don't appreciate it, and they're still always there for me. And I have just been literally blessed and so lucky to have two amazing parents stand by me. And if they're watching this, love you. Even though we're probably gonna kill each other tomorrow, I still love you. You are pregnant. One question I have for you is, how did you know? How did you know? I am not pregnant. Thank you so much though for the boosting uplift. Now, it could be from all the spice bags that I'm eating, and maybe I've put on a billion spice bag stone. Sorry to this point now, but I am not pregnant. That will not be for another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. What age am I now? 23. Oh my god. Imagine in 10 years I could have a family. Anyways, let's not talk about it before I have a panic attack. But yes, my girl, thank you so much for that uplifting assumption, but no, I am not preggaroo. That will not be for another billion years. Girlies, we are at our last assumption. Our last assumption is, you have been on some awful dates. Avo before your boyfriend. I love the way she got in the Avo before your boyfriend part. Yeah, guys. Yes, 100%. I have been on some horrific dates. Never had anybody rude or anything like that, but oh my god, just awkward. It's just like kind of get me out of here situations. Will I tell one? Will we tell one? We will. This is nothing against the person either, and obviously I won't be saying names or anything like that, but and he doesn't live in this country, so it's okay. So basically, I went on this date. It was actually my best friend and her boyfriend who had kind of set me up with this person to go on a date. And oh my god. So okay, I'm stalling. So finished work, be it, I don't know what time it was, like 8 o'clock, half eight, it doesn't really, time does not matter. So it was about 8 o'clock and I text my best friend. I was like, right, I'm done work now and I'm meeting him outside. So she's like, okay, best luck. And you know, I was pumped. So walked out and he's like, well, how are you? And you know, it was grand. And then got into the restaurant and no joke, he did not ask me one question. He was just red in the face. Honestly, he was so nervous and like he was just so red. I was getting so awkward because I just didn't understand as to why it was that awkward. I know first dates are like such an awkward thing, but I didn't really understand why it was so awkward. I can't even explain to you. Like, you could just hear the knives and the forks going. I would have tried my best asking the usual questions. What did you do in college? Are you working? The questions you would ask someone on a first date. I got one word of questions back. His face was so red. I felt absolutely awful for the guy. Get me out of here. I scoffed my dinner and it had only been 25 minutes maybe, and we were out the gap, the restaurant anyway. And I thought that was going to be it, and I was like, right, okay, look, let's just leave it at that, in my head obviously. And he goes, so do you want to go for coffee? I was like, okay, you know what, let's just give the guy a chance. First date awkwardness, nervousness, let's see how it goes. He wants to go for coffee, maybe things will change. We went to Starbucks and got 2 coffees and sat down, and sure, it wasn't the poor soul walking towards, so I had already sat down and he had just got his and he was sitting down, and didn't he put his cup onto the table, and like it just didn't sit right. You know what's coming. These Starbucks went all over the table, all over me, my new skirt, my handbag. It was dripping onto the floor. If you didn't think this guy could get redder, believe it. Believe it. I have never felt so bad for someone in my whole life. I was like, oh my god. I was like, it's okay, look, I'll just get tissue. Like, I literally was so panicked. I was like, it's okay. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay. And I was literally helping him like dab up the coffee. I was also dabbing my scalded leg, but let's not talk about that. So I literally was like, oh my god, like in my head I was like, right, I need to go. Like, this is just not my cup of tea, or cup of coffee should I say. I was just like, look, I better be going. And he was like, oh yeah, perfect. So we shared a taxi, as in shared a taxi to drop him to his apartment block. Dropped him there, and doesn't the poor thing turn around and goes, we should do this again. We should do this again. No, actually, I'm going to go home and put ice on my leg, thank you very much. I didn't say that obviously. I was like, yeah. I was literally like, this poor guy honestly thinks this date went absolutely amazing. Get home anyway and I go straight into her house and I'm like, I can't believe you did this to me. I can't believe you did this to me. I was like, look, let's just laugh it off. Let's just laugh it off. Let's just put it to bed. I don't, myself and the Palaroo go out the next night, and he was out as well. No word of a lie, the poor thing was so drunk that he was following me around the nightclub. Like, my best friend had to literally barricade me. I was like, oh my god. I felt so bad then, because I was like, hi, you know, like trying to be nice, but at the same time I was like, not interested. And he just, no, their signals were just not being picked up. I remember talking to one of my friends, just like having like a friendly conversation, and he stood in front of them and was like, can I get you a drink? I was like, no, it's okay, but thank you so much, like, leave me alone. We went to like a pizza takeaway, what do you call it? Takeaway shop? A pizza shop? Anyways, don't we sit in there and we're just eating away, and say I'm here, my best friend's here, and her boyfriend is like facing me, so his back is to the window. I go, honestly, like, I can't. Her boyfriend goes, will you stop, like, he's not that bad, you're being so dramatic. I was like, really? I'm being dramatic. I'm being dramatic. Okay, turn around and tell me where he is right now. So doesn't he turn around? And no word of a lie, the guy was literally so there was like a big window and the guy was literally staring in the pizza shop window like this. Oh, I was like, oh my god, get me out of here. Literally died, but it was funny. When you think back about it, it was funny. Obviously the poor thing was drunk, but literally died. Okay girls, that is the end. We are done. We are out of here. I hope you got to know a bit more about me. I hope you had some fun. I hope you like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.